Hello, happy weekend. It's currently Sunday 28th of August 2016. Hope you're all out there having fun. It's a bank holiday in the UK, so yeah, I hope everyone's out there having doing loads of exciting things and not staring at charts like I am. But I didn't want to, you know, I like to do this on a Sunday anyway, and you know, I didn't want it to be late, so yeah, I'm still doing it. You have to bear with me, I'm losing my voice a little bit. I was at Reading Festival for the last 2 days having far too much fun, and all the shouting and the has left me a bit croaky. But hopefully you can hear me okay. Yeah, so let's rock on. So first thing to have a look at is the, you know, how we went, how last week panned out, I guess. So regarding closed trades, I'm just going to go and look at the weekly close page that I've done. So regarding closed trades, we only had one closer, and that made us 0.32% on the week up. So I mean, it's not a massive number, but it is taking us nearer to that break even for this period here, which is the second half of 2016. Which is really what, as I say, what I wanted to do is I want to be break even for these 6 months. Hopefully over that, but that's the kind of minimum I want to be. Yeah, so we got our equity curve there. So yeah, Aussie Swiss was the closed trade, which we have. So it was a support and resistance trade. So we got short here. What's more interesting is, I guess, where I got out. So I went short at this position here, and I've been spiked out at, you know, at this level here, because despite it being a support and resistance trade, I was also trading the stop. So yeah, and only time will tell whether that's actually a kind of a rejection candle or whether it's going to carry on being bullish. So either way, made a little bit of money, nothing too exceptional, but you know, you take it when you get it. Yeah, so that's just basically it on the review of anything that's closed. So I do all my numbers. Well, as far as equity curve does, I really focus on trades which are closed and not ones which are open. I used to try and look at both of them, but it can get quite confusing. So I just do it based on, you know, what's closed, and I kind of continually have in my mind what you know, what could happen if all my trades went against me, you know, and that's kind of what I've got here over on my weekly insight. So yeah, the first thing I do is, as part of the review, after I've done the closed trades, is I review the risk which I've currently got open. So I note down all my open trades, look at the risk on it. So across all you know, all assets, whatever you want to call them, I've got 2% risk, which is okay. It's not 3% is probably the limit I'd like to go to. So I'm happy with that, and it's pretty much spread across, so that's cool. Regarding the actual specific trades themselves, let's go and have a look. So we've got a USDCAD trade open there. What's that doing for our lives? We'll come back to all in a minute. USDCAD. Yeah, so yeah, short over here. Markets are moving down. Probably looks like, sorry, I should be on a daily chart really. Starting to look like it's maybe coming back against us a little bit, but we've got it above this, we've got it first of all above this 1.3 level. But this is my stop I'm talking about now. Stop's behind the 1.3 level and behind the 31 as well. So, you know, you tell me what that's going to do. So we'll let that one play out. But I mean, we've locked in some profit here because we were going short. So that's USD CAD. New Zealand CAD is the one that I really haven't been loving for a while, actually. But it's still within the play, so it doesn't look like too much there. Where it looks interesting is probably more on the weekly chart over here, is that we've got a big level of support around this 9.5 number. So, you know, that's why I've been shorting it. I still think that might play out all right, but it's just annoying me because it comes all the way back. You know, it keeps retracing all the way back here. So this is weekly, but you know, so last week it got up here, and it never makes me feel that comfortable or happy about life or wherever we're going when the trades are walking against me. Now indices, yeah, I've got German 30 on there. Interestingly, I haven't written down UK 100. Ooh, so there may be a mistake there on my numbers, which might mean my risk will go up. So let me just check UK 100. And I have indeed got more risk on here. So 28. So I've got about another 0.5% risk. So I'll just make a note to take that down. So apologies for that. UK 100. risk. Anyway, it won't change anything else, but what we're now is this is a daily chart. Yeah, I'm forever waiting for the equities to equity markets to fall, but they don't want to. You probably, if you've watched these videos regularly, hear me going moaning about it. But yeah, I mean, technically it is looking bearish, but it's nothing massive to write home about. Similar pattern, probably not quite as good from technical standpoint over here on the German 30. Yeah, I mean it's almost a sideways market, but it's slightly to the downside, I would have thought. So yeah, the indices, let's hope they keep falling, and the governments and our banks and whoever else, politicians, don't keep interfering. But there we go. GBPUSD, yeah, let's have a talk about this guy. This trade I quite like because, to be honest, I mean this is a trade I'm scaling, and things don't often don't pan out for me when I scale. So, so yeah, I've got 2 positions open long here. Stops at similar positions, not exactly the same. But yeah, that's starting to still looks relatively bullish. Hopefully, it will continue. And if I get into, say, let's take a 4-hour chart here, you can really start to see that this did come back. It kind of had a pullback, and hopefully it's off into more bullish territory. So I'm hoping that guy keeps rolling, really. How's my voice doing? Yeah, I sound like a robot. Right, last up, USO. It was on the chart earlier, wasn't it, when we started talking? USO or US oil, depending on how you want to do it. I couldn't resist but getting on a short on this in the week because, again, I just can't help myself sometimes. Yeah, I probably used like a 2-hour I set up to get in on this. So the 8 hours, yeah, the 8 hours starting to look a bit short, and then I used a 2-hour chart to get an entry in somewhere around there, which was cool. But it has dragged back against me. What I do have in my favour at the moment is that this kind of spike here. I mean, maybe it's just a bit volatile here, but there's a slightly bigger spike here over the 48. So hopefully that's a rejection candle, and we'll see it kind of continue down. Again, that's 2-hour chart. So back to the dailies. Yeah, we're hitting some sort of resistance area here. Who knows with oil? It's another one that's quite heavily manipulated. So that's oil. I'll be keeping a good eye on him. The other thing I noted was probably silver. There's only a couple of notes here. Someone about USD looking a bit bullish on Friday. There must have been some news out. I missed it because I was out on the cider. GBP still looking bullish, hence the Aussie trade. I'm hoping that continues on this week. And then silver's the other one that I'm keeping a good eye on. I always like to monitor silver, and I'd often trade it in FXCM, but I also use it for trading in my ISA, which is kind of more of the investing stuff really than the short term. But I had silver coming down to somewhere between 18 and 1850. It's been around 1850. I still think it might continue down a little bit, especially now we've seen this rejection candle on the daily here. It looks like it continued down a little bit more. And then somewhere, yeah, I mean, I had it drawn out that I was going to get in somewhere between, in this zone here, because obviously we've got resistance. We've got resistance at this 18 level that we've seen before. And if we just come back to the weekly, what have we got on weekly? What have I managed to do here? Have I managed to break it? Yeah, I think we're okay. Yeah, so on the weekly, again, we could start seeing some support here. But yeah, I'm not going to buy it until I see a definitive buy signal. So even though I think it's pulling back more, it might not. I'm hoping it does, but I certainly won't be rushing to get my money thrown into it. I do already have a bit in ETFs on this anyway. So that's silver. We could have a quick look at gold. I don't really look at gold too much personally. But what we hear daily, yeah, so it's also coming back a little bit. So that's that. What else can I tell you? Probably not a lot. That's about it really. So one thing I do however is across the week I add notes to this post, this weekly insight post. So down here at the bottom I've got ongoing market notes section. So if I see anything else, as I'm scanning through the week, because I've started to realise that weekend's great for having a look, but it's not really where I start putting the orders in and stuff these days. Obviously, I can't when it's shut, but I usually wait until Monday's up, under and away. So I might add notes in there though if anyone was interested. And obviously, I do post things on Facebook and that when I put trades in. Yeah, news-wise, obviously it's a bank holiday tomorrow in the UK. So yeah, well, the UK, the FTSE will be shut. And the other one to note, I mean, you shouldn't note all of these, but the other big one that's standing out to me is the non-farm payrolls on Friday. So even though we've only got a 4-day week, we will be getting kicked around on Friday. And I just realised I'm flying on Friday, so yeah, I'll have to keep an eye on that and make sure I'm all got my stops in the right places. So that was that. Only other thing to add, a friend of mine, Darren, I just shut it, but David Rockefeller, billionaire, has just had a 7th heart transplant, apparently, putting him as the human to have the most heart transplants. Yeah, crazy times. Comment on any of my stuff. Let me know any of your feedback, anything you want, you know, that whether it's helpful, whether it's not. I'd love to hear your feedback because it's kind of a bit weird just saying this stuff sometimes. But yeah, I hope it helps, and I hope you're all having a wicked weekend, and I'll catch up with you later in the week. Live the dream.